from the bowling capital of the world, America's #1 bowling show. Championship Bowling.
Are you ready?
Hello, Fred.
Having a little workout here? You in pretty good shape, hitting that
Well,
pocket?
I hope so. I've been hitting it pretty good. If I can carry today, I might shoot a good series.
How about you, Carmen? Hitting that pocket?
Not consistently.
You all ready? I mean, anything
Ready,
you've done up till now doesn't count, you know.
That's
From
right.
here on, it's for keeps. $1,000 to the winner, $500 to the runner-up. You all know about that 300 game for $10,000.
Forget about that 300 game.
Well,
I'm in trouble to get 200.
You're in trouble. Let's talk to the folks. How do you do? This is Championship Bowling. We're in Akron, Ohio, where each week you see two of the world's greatest professional bowlers in match game competition. I have Carmen Salvino on my right, Ray Bluth on my left. I'm Fred Wolf. Working with us again, of course, will be Big Bill Bunetta. Fellas, there are $70,000 packed away here. That's the prize fund that you're shooting for. Why don't you get a little of it, Carmen? Take it back
I'd
to
love
Chicago. You would? Well, good luck to you. How about a little handshake here? And get ready.
Good luck.
And I'll call in Bill Bunetta, and we'll talk this thing over. Good luck to you, Bill. How are you?
Ready.
How are things up in California?
Real fine, real fine.
Up in Fresno, is that what you say?
Yes, Fresno in the Valley, San Joaquin.
Well, here are two of the biggest names in the game, Bill. I know you're acquainted with both of them. Ray Bluth from St. Louis, Carmen Salvino from Chicago.
Yes, again, we have a contrast in styles. We have one of the most deliberate scientific bowlers in Ray Bluth, and the freewheeling and loose bowler in Salvino, and who's also won the Actors Award for 3 straight years.
Yes, we've had the honor of presenting that, and I don't think anybody's ever going to take it away from him.
No one, ever.
Because he really works on it. Bill, you get ready. We'll get this first game underway. Championship Bowling here in Akron, Ohio, the home of Firestone. The first game of 3, Championship Bowling, originating in Akron, Ohio, at the Firestone Bowlorama. Ray Bluth of St. Louis won the toss. He likes to start on the left side. All games starting from the left. Automatic Raymond, reaching, throwing, in, carry, strike, first frame. Well, that was a roller, Bill.
Yeah, it was the thumper again. We heard a little bit of the thumb hole. Ray's doing that to stay behind the ball so he doesn't lift and turn too much.
Carmen Salvino from Chicago gets there a little high, carries the 4-7, really kicks it out. And Carmen, much like Gary Smith, likes to say there was nothing wrong with the hit. It was just that the pins fell a little funny. We go to the left.
Carmen didn't waste any time going into his little act.
Get a double in a hurry. Let your opponent know that you're ready. That's what Salvino's trying to do right now. Dig one. He's there. That's 2 of them. Look at that. Carmen crossing to his right, walking right back on the approach where Bluth is waiting to step into bowl. Just a cute little maneuver to keep your opponent conscious of the fact that you're there. Look out, that 7-pin didn't move. Looked like a good hit, Bill.
Yes, it looked like an identical hit to what Salvino had, and the pins scrambled very well. But that 7-pin has been left a few times in our practice sessions, and may see a few more.
Ray Bluth at the 7-pin cover. Salvino, 10 pins out in front. Both these boys make 2 appearances. It's total pinfall for their 6 games. That'll qualify the top 2 for the World Series of Championship Bowling, when they'll join the National All-Star champion Dick Weber, along with Billy Hardwick, the winner of the Firestone Tournament of Champions. Ought to be a great finish. Once more, Bluth kicks that 5-7 out, and he's right back, and that could be 3.
Well, I'm sure we'll see an exhibition of pocket shooting by Ray Bluth. Once he finds a line, he can really hold it.
Big turn by Salvino. Be careful, too high, 4-7, 9-10. Oh, he wound that one up.
The first hit looked a little high, but he tripped the 4-7, and this one, actually, to me, looked about as good as the first one. Well, this is the one we call Grandpa's Teeth.
Grandpa's Teeth.
Few missing in between.
4, 7, 9, 10. Go! Gave it a good try. So Salvino, who opened with the double, now is open in the third, and that puts Bluth out in front. Carmen moving to the left side. Here's a fella that started as a pin boy. When he was 16 years of age, he shot .738, averaged .203 for the season. His wife, Jenny, incidentally, averages 190. There's the 2-4-5 with company. 2-4-5, 7. Not an easy shot.
How this game can change so readily, Fred. He had a beautiful double, and then all of a sudden 4-7, 9-10, now 2-4, 5-7. Big clusters of pins.
Leaves the 7, Salvino open. His second open frame in succession, as Bluth steps in on the right side now, on the strike, with a chance to get a running start on his opponent. A double here will put the blooper well out in front. There it is. Look at that action. An interesting comment here has got to be, and I'm sure many of the folks around the country, Bill, could hear Ray's ball roll over the hose, but he came into the pocket thin and just seemed to pick them up in midair and tear the labels off of them, as we say. How can a ball do this when it's rolling over the thumb hole?
Well, rolling over the thumb hole, as little as he is, still is an indication of forward roll. He's getting plenty of revolutions. The ball's alive.
All right, there's a great kick. The 4-9 out of there. We've been looking at the 4-9 here in Akron quite often on that hit. But Bluth kicked it out. That gives him 3. And he will have a crack at bonus money on his next turn on the lanes. 5 in a row in any one game. We start a $250 bonus. $50 additional for each strike. On top of the 5, the 4-pin. And Salvino gave that one the room, but still was tight.
Well, Salvino is the loose type of bowler. When he gets going, he gets all different types of strikes. He's not what we call a pocket shooter per se. He plays for light hits. That's the ball work. We should expect a string of strikes from Carmen. Whoops.
Carmen has missed 2 spares in succession at the end of 5. In the 6th, first game, Salvino now trying to start over for a big last half. Strike in the 6th. Here's Bluth in the 6th. Ray is on 3.
Ray, with his knees bent way down, Freddie, holding the ball way over his right shoulder, deliberate style, but good follow-through, lift.
Bluth out there talking to himself. I had the feeling here, Bill, that Salvino's ball actually is what pulled Ray a little wide, because Salvino threw the sharp breaker on his first ball and then went past the 4-pin, and I think Ray thought possibly his ball might make a fast move. He just gave it too much room.
Well, occasionally you are influenced by your opponent's ball. And really, you shouldn't be.
Bluth now with the conversion. Ray Bluth, born in St. Louis on New Year's Eve, 1928. He's had a couple of great television performances. He shot a 300 game in Detroit in 1957, winning $10,000. A 299 game on Championship Bowling, just like that. Here's Carmen Salvino in slow motion. Leaves the 10 on a strike. Careful. A little sticky on the left side, and we had a little bit of balancing out there.
Carmen had a big smile there, and sometimes when something like that happens, it may even loosen you up. Carmen is a field bowler. By that I mean when he feels like he can bowl, that ball's alive. That looks good.
Well, he's playing much to the outside on the left side, going around on the right side. Bluth now trying to get a string started again. He had 3. Missing the headpin and coming back with 1. This time, no mistake. So Bluth now goes left on 2. Still room for bonus money for both players, Bluth and Salvino. This fella has quite a record on Championship Bowling, Bill. He's averaged 221 for 51 games, and he has never been under 600. He has won 14 matches and lost only 4. One of those he lost with a 704 to Harry Smith. For the triple. Hold that line, look out, the 7-pin. Well, I think he got out of that one quite fortunate.
Yes, he did, but yet he almost carried it. So the heavy end of the one pin just nip it.
Do you know that every year the Salvation Army helps over 80,000 homeless men become productive, self-supporting citizens? Your contribution to the Salvation Army can help these people to a fuller life. So contribute to the Salvation Army. We're in the 9th for Salvino. Bluth, 186. Spare in the 9th. Salvino on a strike in that bucket, and the big double, and Carmen can still pull something out of here with 3 open frames in a row. He started with a double, then a wide open split, 4, 7, 9, 10, and then 2 misses. So we're in the 10th.
Well, Fred, 200 is still a magic number, and I believe that Carmen's thinking about going all the way for 200.
Up jumps the 4-9, a little high. Well, the strike line, as some of the boys say, is like threading the needle, and sometimes that needle is just a little difficult to thread. 4-9 going, passing the 4. Salvino open in the 10th. That's his 4th open frame. Settles for 164. Bluth with a comfortable margin. We're in the 10th of the first game. Championship Bowling from Akron, Ohio. Bluth will try to grind them out. He knows. Total for 6 games. That's the important thing. He doesn't make it. The 2, 4, 5, 8, the bucket, and Bluth is short again on the right side.
Well, we have an indication of why Ray's doing that. Judging by Carmen's ball, all his trouble is cutting through the pins, and Ray is well aware of this, so he's kind of holding back, staying behind the ball. Of course, you can overdo that and get the bucket, which is not an easy spare.
swing away. So the cover here for Bluth, 2-2-2, full count. That'll give him almost 60 pins to work on. There it is, 2-2-2 for Ray Bluth. And I'm going to ask Carmen Salvino here. Carmen, you started with 2, and one got away from you here on the right side. We're noticing a tremendous difference in lines on each lane. You are playing them both practically opposite, aren't you?
Right. I started flipping the ball after the first 2 frames, and the ball started snapping because I was flipping my wrist too much. And that's why I bowled poorly the rest of the game. I'm going to try to straighten that out a little bit. Bluth bowled very well. He could have had a lot more.
Well, you're having most of your trouble on the right side, where your
Although
ball
I'm
is jumping.
the ball, I'm not having trouble on either side right now.
Mm-hmm. Ray, Bill was commenting here that possibly because Carmen was crowding on the right side, that you're getting overly cautious on the right side, and you've been short there 3 times.
I'm trying to go rather straight, Fred, and it's difficult to go straight and keep the proper speed. I get a little bit too fast, and naturally I miss the head pin a little light, and I point. I'm a little lost myself, but I hope I stay lost for 2 more games.
For 222 is not too bad. We'll be back for the second game of 3 here on Championship Bowling from Akron, Ohio, the home of the Professional Bowlers Association. It'll be Carmen Salvino starting off the second game, trailing by 58 pins. Salvino 164. His opponent Bluth 222. $1,000 to the winner. Salvino kicks them around and starts this second game with a strike.
Well, that's the kind of hit that Carmen's noted for. Very effective ball, light pins scramble all over. We'll see a few more of those.
Ray Bluth, as he mentioned, trying to keep the ball straight, the tighter line, the frozen rope, as Bill Bunetta says. Not too much hook. Be careful. Too high. Oh, look at this.
I noticed that Ray actually moved his feet 2 boards to the left starting this game, hoping to hold the ball, I imagine, just a little bit tighter yet. That was tight enough.
Well, Ray came back showing very little facial reaction to that until he got back to the ball rack, and then he gave Carmen a cute little smile. Well, this is a repeat of the first game up to now. Bluth for the double over the holes. There, carries. That's 2.
Well, that's the whole trick in a 3-game match. When you get a little break like Ray got on 24, you've got to take advantage of it.
Well, they say that's the mark of a great champion. Take advantage of every break. You just don't get that many.
Oops.
Oh, no. And he was outside of the ball track entirely and finally kicked the 7 down and has nothing but the 1-5. And I don't ever remember seeing this before on Championship Bowling. The 1 and the 5.
That's a very unusual leave. Carmen was so far ahead of that ball that he didn't have any chance at all to pull it through on his line.
All the pins out but the center 2. He's got it. The head pin and the king pin. The 1-5. Carmen moves left, not getting his double. This is a reverse of the first game. Carmen started with 2, and Bluth could not get the double. But in the 10th frame, it read Bluth 222 and Salvino with 3 straight open frames, 164. He had an open frame in the 10th. 4 open frames overall.
Well, one of the oldest tips in bowling, Fred, is roll your second ball first. That is, when you're trying to put so-called stuff on a ball, sometimes your timing's affected. And I noticed Carmen in the last frame in that 1-5 rolled the ball beautifully. And here again, he had a little hesitation.
Covering the 2-5, as the AMF Sparemaker indicated, the ball between the 2 pins. If you hit as many pins as you can with a ball, you're going to make most of your spares. Bluth on 2 goes for 3. No bonus money yet this week. $250 for 5 in a row. He got enough of that pocket to make it number 3. 5 strikes in a row in any one game. Starts the $250 bonus, $50 additional for each additional strike. For Bluth, pinfall, very important. He has quite a comfortable lead on his opponent, Salvino. But it's total pins that'll decide which 2 of our field will qualify for Championship Bowling's World Series. In the 4th, 4-4, look out. 4-9.
Well, he had that 4-pin leaning in the right direction, Fred. Maybe if it had fallen, he would have carried it as he did before in the first game. That was a pretty good ball.
Well, he almost left the 4-9 in the first game, but actually kicked the 4, and the 4 fell right at the 9, and he came out with a strike. Thought he might do the same thing. Let's watch this shot. Hitting the 4-pin. Left. Thin. Misses them both. Loses pins and counts. So Salvino moves in on the right side as Bluth now settles for 84 in the 4th. 30, 58, 76, 84. 4-pin.
Well, that ball was very close to being what Carmen wanted, I'm sure. He looked pretty pleased at the delivery point. When he came back, his head was down a little bit, but if he continues to roll as he did that ball, he should snap out of it.
No mistake this time. Carmen went past the 4-pin earlier in this match. And he called that his popcorn ball. Both these boys are former winners, former champions of championship bowling. Quite a title to win. Look out. Well, we've got him coming wide open on the right side. Bluth with a 4-9, and now Salvino with a 6-7.
Well, this is a beautiful conversion, Fred. As the experimenter indicates, you can make this by getting the ball to the right of the 6-pin, sliding it over. It's a beautiful shot. And almost.
Salvino with his first open frame of this, the second game, 83 in the 5th. Bluth with a fill here can add about 20 pins to his margin. He had 58 pins to work on at the end of the first game. Ray Bluth from St. Louis. They call him the Blooper. Solid 10. So Bluth, who carried 3, left a 4-9, now the 10. 5 balls in the pocket.
Well, he gave that ball good fingers, as we call it, Fred. Looked like followed through right over his right shoulder area. Good fingers. The ball came back strong. There's the 10-pin. And you have to learn how to make it.
At the end of 5 here in the second game, we are halfway. It's Bluth, 84 with a spare. Salvino is open with 83. Ray Bluth now, here on the left side, in Akron, Ohio, at the Firestone Bowlerama Championship Bowling. 6th frame, second game. 4-9 leaves nothing but the 7. Looked possibly like a 4-9 hit, but it was a little tighter than that, I believe.
And kind of held back with this lift. There's a certain thing that Ray Bluth does. He follows through a little bit more to the right when he wants to hold back a little. Almost tripped it.
Cover in the 6th for Bluth. Salvino, twice winner of the PBA Best Actor Award. Which is always a lot of fun for everybody. The 4-pin. Salvino still fighting down there. The pins are moving. Boy, This ball really moves there on the right side.
Yes, it does. Carmen has one of the most powerful balls in the PBA circuit, and his acting is pretty important to him, although he is a good performer. He's serious about his bowling game, a lot more scientific than you may imagine.
Salvino with the cover, so at the end of 6, Bluth 103 spare, Salvino 83 spare. Bluth leading in the second game by 20 pins. His overall margin is now 78 pins. 1-2-8. Carmen shakes his head.
He released that ball right on a downswing. Didn't have a chance to lift it up at all. Ball skidded all the way almost. That's what makes even the spare conversion tough, because if you think about that and hang on a little bit longer, it's so easy to pull. 1-2-8, where the spare maker indicates exactly where he hit.
Very fine shot. Salvino covering in the 7th. That gives Carmen 100 in the 6th, spare in the 7th. Ray Bluth works on a spare in the 6th, trying to get another string started in the 7th frame of the second game. Too high, so Bluth unable to get that string started. The 6-10.
He's a very deliberate bowler, and sometimes it may appear as though he's pushing a little bit, but actually Ray is well aware of what he's doing. Nice easy push away. Way over the foul line. Good follow through.
Ball between the 6 and the 10. Carmen isn't confused. Carmen getting up on the wrong lane, and actually Bluth is over there in the 8th. Bluth out in front in this, the second game of 3. The margin is 21 pins. Nice turn and lift. This time there. Beautiful ball. So Bluth getting into position, still has a chance for bonus money. He's got to go all the way.
Well, Ray really strapped that one. You could see those fingers closed tightly.
Oh, Carmen's moved inside. Inside, and he kicks one around. Beautiful ball. Made a move, what, about 6 boards left, Bill?
About 6 boards. That is Carmen, or probably is his perspective anyway. Carmen likes to circle the ball, a little bit of belly out to the right, back in. And he's probably a little bit more comfortable in there than he was trying to hold the ball in the line. Let's see what he does.
Same angle. Well, there's a double. That ought to make him happy. So Salvino's still in potential bonus money. Both boys have got to go all the way for bonus money. We haven't had any this week. As Bluth on the right, a 222 opener. Bluth sitting on a 230 game. Come on, Ray. Turn that ball. There we are. He goes into that 10th frame now on a double. Salvino is on a double. Whether you rack up strikes every time like these pros do, believe me, it's a great sport. It's a barrel of fun. Try bowling. You can take my word for it. Arrange to go bowling real soon with your family, your friends. Look in the yellow pages. There's a bowling center in your neighborhood. And find out why we say bowling makes you feel like you'd like to. In the 10th, Bluth on 2. First one. 4 pins stops him. No way.
He tried to jam that one all the way. Of course, that's the way to play that lane in his estimation. We're watching him carefully in practice, and he had the feeling that he wanted to roll the ball end over end, which he is doing, as indicated by the thump, thump, thump.
4-pin cover. The count will give Bluth 210. That'll give him 432 going in. It's the World Series of Bowling with an $18,000 added purse. for the top 2 scorers in their 2 appearances, with Dick Weber and Billy Hardwick added to the field. There's the one he wanted. Oh, look at that. So Carmen taking full advantage of that cave-in in the 9th. That gives him 3. He needs 2 more for $250. Carmen demonstrating that big turn he gave that one. He has moved way left here on the right side. He might have waited too long to make this move if this is the line that's working.
That's what we call the Hollywood ball, little show ball.
Hollywood. Yes, sir. One more, $250. Let's see if he can keep this one away from the nose. Carmen looking at the scoreboard, and he says, now I'm starting to get nervous. $250. I think if he stays off the nose, he'll get it, Bill.
Yeah, if he depend on a light scrambler, he's got a chance.
Out it goes. Here it comes. He's there, and he carries. And that's 5 in a row, going all the way for $210 and a $250 bonus. Carmen Salvino. Carmen, you must be happy.
I dropped it.
You dropped it.
I said, I'm going to hold this one loose.
Well, you held it loose, but look at the action there on those 3 strikes in the 10th. Carmen, you have made quite a change here on the right side, haven't you?
I moved in.
You've gone way inside?
Well, I went between the 2nd and 3rd arrow. The outside angle was driving me a little crazy, so I figured I got to get out of there.
Carmen, 5 in a row. That's a $250 bonus. We'll have your check ready if you can come up with a good game here in the 3rd one.
Okay, thank you.
All right? We're waiting for game number 3. This is Championship Bowling. Fred Wolf, along with Bill Bunetta, in Akron, Ohio, the rubber capital of the world. Start of the 3rd game. It'll be Ray Bluth starting on the left. All games starting from the left. Bluth won the toss, wants to finish on the right. In the 1st and 3rd game, both boys with 210 in the 2nd. The old thumper doesn't move, and he leaves the 2-4-5-8. Bluth has 432. Salvino, 374. The margin is still 58 pins, and that's where it was at the end of the 1st game.
Well, last time Ray left the 2-4-5-8 was on lane 24, and he covered it by crossing over a little bit. Now, he's doing that deliberately, I'm sure. And he covered it the right way now.
Spare for Bluth. Ray has had only 1 open frame, and that was the 4-9 on a pretty good hit after 3 in a row in the 2nd game. Salvino on a string of 5. Of course, he'll have to start over. Bonus money stops at the end of the game. Way out. Look out.
The Spook, as we call him, put on quite a finish in that 2nd game, Fred, and his acting average is going up. He likes to kid about it himself. We kid him all the time, constantly on a tour. Here we've been kidding him. Good performer, good actor.
There's the spare. Ever since Carmen missed that 4-pin in the 1st game, he has thrown at it with more determination. Take no chances. Throw it out and give it that extra speed. You get a little lazy, it'll run away from you. Salvino moving left. Both boys off with spares. Don't count Salvino out of this yet. $1,000 to the winner. Comes right back with the strike. Ray Bluth now thinking of a little 240 or 50. Like to get out of here with 670, I would think it'd be a pretty round number, Bill.
He's one of the finest grind-out artists we have, and he's well aware of the score. He knows he needs a pretty good one here.
Nice reach. So the boys are still going neck and neck since the end of the 1st game. I was just looking at the records that these 2 fellas have compiled on Championship Bowling over the years. Salvino is averaging 218 for 42 games. He has 2 700 totals and a high single of 280. Bluth is averaging 221 for 51 games. He has never been under 600. He has 5 700 totals and a 299 game. A solid 10 and a strike. Bluth has won 14 matches and lost only 4.
Mr. Consistency. Team events, doubles, singles, championship bowling, PBA tour. This man has always come through.
Here's Salvino now, back on the right side, where he's playing very deep, throwing that big roundhouse. He was high in the first frame. Now he's on the strike. I think he'll give this one the extra room. Out it goes. Back it comes. Not enough on it. He leaves the 2-5. So we're still to the pin as we were when we completed the first game. It was Bluth by 58 pins. The 2 and the 5 covered by Salvino. Carmen certainly not a young man, certainly not an old man either, but this fellow's bowling career started when he was so young. Too high, he's wide open. The 6-7. He won the National Match Game doubles title with Joe Willman. And Joe was twice Carmen's age at that time.
Carmen's had a illustrious career, as you say, Fred. It started way back. He's still working on his game constantly, as we all are.
6-7.
Oh, what a shot.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 pin right in front of the 7. Just too good, Carmen. Too good. So Salvino open in the 4th. Bluth now with a chance to add 10 pins to his margin. Here it comes. There it is.
Well, Ray certainly isn't doing anything fancy. He's trying to play the ball. Looks like it's going right over the second arrow, straight down. A lot of forward roll, depending on accuracy rather than taking a chance on a fancy lift and turn ball.
Well, he left a solid 10 pin here in the 3rd on the strike. Could be 3. Let's see if he can get this one. Dropped it. On the nose. Breaks it up. 6-10. Ray called that one the old drop shot.
Well, he had the 2-4-5-8, the bucket shot, the first frame of this game. Then he came back with a solid 10. And then came back with the 6-10, almost a 6-10-7. So actually he had 3 different types of shots.
Covered. Bluth now, 80 with a spare in the 5th. Salvino in the 5th. He was open in the 4th. 6-7, put the 6 in front of the 7. Kicks out to 10. So at the end of 5 in the 3rd game of championship bowling here at Akron, Ohio, Bluth is 80 spare, Salvino is 67 on a strike.
What an unusual leave. There's a pin that came off the left sidewall. Came off the left sidewall and went directly in front of the 7th pin.
Well, he put the 6 in front of the 7, and now the whole 9, I think all 9 pins went in front of the 7. As Carmen said, that should be against the law. There's the spare. Kick it down, Carmen. We go into the 6 now for Bluth. Ray still has a chance to pull out a good total. He's coasting along here with about 70 pins to work on. I think Ray would like about a 4-bagger in here, Bill, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
4-pin.
Driving 4-pin. Ray's been pretty close to that pocket on every ball and won't get any serious trouble, but it's pretty difficult to string out any strikes.
There's cover for Bluth in the 6th. At the end of 6, Bluth 99 spare. Salvino is 87 spare. Salvino has picked up $250 in bonus money, striking in the 8th, 9th, and 3 in the 10th in the second game. Bluth looking for his first double. There's the strike to work on as he'll go into the 8th on that strike. Salvino in the 7th. Carmen was on a strike in the 5th, left a solid 7-pin in the 6th. There's the 4-7.
Boy, what a driving ball that was, Fred. He let that ball go right at his feet. Fingers lifted the ball tremendously, and actually the effect was that the ball went high. Carmen's probably thinking, boy, if I could have kept that one light.
That's the spare in the 7th. As Salvino moves left, we have 3 frames to go. Bluth is still potential 239. He'd like to settle for that. 239 would give him 671. Too high, 610. You know, today, more and more youngsters are learning to bowl. Actually, learning to bowl before they rock. I don't mean dancing, I mean bowling. Thousands of youngsters are taking to bowling. It's easy to learn. It's easy as dancing, girls. Real fun. Inexpensive, too. Check your bowling center. There's a miss by Salvino in the 8th. Leaving the 6th, trying to cover the 610, going by the 6th. He's open in the 8th with 132. Bowling's a fine sport for any age. Get out and have some fun, and you'll know why. You'll find out why bowling makes you feel like you'd like to. Bluth high, getting away with a hole there. It looked like the 4-7-9, 4-7-9-10. Ray leaves nothing but the 4-7. That gives him life.
A loud gasp from the audience here at the Bowlorama, Fred. Looks like a real big split. Has to be careful. This 4-7 has a tendency to run.
Ray Bluth, the automatic man. He's had one open frame. That, the 4-9 on a triple in the 4th frame of the second game. He started with 3, looked like he was on his way, and the 4-9 stopped him. It's the only open he's had. Salvino has had 4 splits and a miss. He's had a couple misses. Missed a 4-pin in the 6-10. Here, one more. Leaves the 5. So that settles the bonus money. Salvino cashing for $250. Bluth unable to get into the bonus department. Showing us a very consistent battle out here against the 10 pins. Every spare has been, according to the book, with one exception. He made the 2-4-5-8 going away to the left side. The rest of his spares have been quite automatic. Salvino out, back, and there we look at the bucket again, the 2-4-5-8.
Well, once again, Fred, that's the danger of playing that looping ball. If your roll is perfect and you touch that head pin, you got a good chance to scramble, but that ball didn't take. Very rough combination, the 2-4-5-8.
Nice cover. Spare for Salvino in the 9th. Well, Bluth has kept his record of never being under 600 on championship bowling. His .221 average for 51 games might suffer a pin or two. 10 pin for Salvino in the 10th.
Well, Salvino's one string of 5 strikes there. The bonus money saved the series for him.
Seven pin count for Salvino in the third game, 1-6-8. Here's Ray Bluth, the blooper from St. Louis, in slow motion. Beautiful. Bluth needs this one. For a 200 game, 208 will give him 640 in 2 appearances. Bluth can come up with another good series, just might be around for the World Series from Akron, Ohio at the Firestone Bowlerama. Big strike. There it is.
Well, Ray was really right on target there. The ball went right over that second arrow. Good roll. Beautiful grind-out performance. This is what we've learned to expect from Ray Bluth. No matter where he bowls, he gives a good performance. Sometimes you get exceptionally hot, but most of the times a real solid performance.
Once more. 9 pins for 207. And that'll give Ray 639. For Salvino, 542. We'll check the totals, be back for the presentations. Fred Wolf, along with Bill Bunetta, in Akron, Ohio, where the World Series of Golf is played annually. Here are the final results for Carmen Salvino: 164, 210, 168. The total is 542. For Ray Bluth, 222, 210, 207. The total 639. Did you enjoy this one, ladies and gentlemen? Ray, nice going.
Thank you, Fred.
$1,000 as the winner, and like you just mentioned, you were kind of glad there wasn't another game. You're going down.
I was going down each game. Actually, I tried to bowl the ball getting it way over the line with quite a bit of speed, which is not my normal way of bowling. I usually try and roll a little bit more, and I think Carmen tried to roll the ball too much today, and see what happened.
Well, he did make a good move here on the right side. He was trying to play it outside and then moved in and did manage to get 5 strikes in a row for bonus money, which you almost picked up, but you couldn't get that close.
Actually, after he got the 5 in a row, I figured he'd probably shoot a pretty good last game there, and I'd have to have 200.
Well, you had 18 strikes against Carmen's 13 strikes. Carmen, 5 in a row the second game, $250 bonus. The runner-up share, $500. Could you tell us a little bit what happened the last game? Like Ray, Bill and I both thought you were going to come up with a good one.
Yes, I did too. I started flipping the ball again.
Flipping it.
I don't know. Lately, in about the last 2-3 weeks, I've been flipping my wrist a lot, and makes the ball spin and hook too soon, and then the next one I give it a little room, and it just doesn't come back. So my direction's been real bad the last couple of weeks.
Well, you'll have to work on it, Carmen, because we're expecting big things of you here
I
on
have to
Championship
sharpen up on
Bowling.
my delivery.
You do that. Carmen Salvino, ladies and gentlemen, and Ray Bluth. Good luck to both of you. Repeating the totals, Ray Bluth, the winner with 639, Salvino 542. Sure hope you can join us here again next week at the Firestone Bowlerama in Akron, Ohio. We'll have 2 more of bowling's top professional stars in a 3-game match. A purse here of over $70,000. So speaking for Bill Bunetta and myself, this is Fred Wolf. So keep 'em bowling out there. It's great fun. You know why? Because bowling makes you feel like you'd like to.
Championship Bowling is sanctioned by the American Bowling Congress, and we wish to thank AMF for their cooperation in helping us produce Championship Bowling.